We continue reading Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adilila, text 1, chapter 1, text 36. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jai Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Rup Sanatana Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raghunath. My instructing spiritual masters are Shri Rupa Goswami, Shri Sanatan Goswami, Shri Bhatta Raghunath, Shri Jiva Goswami, Shri Gopal Bhatta Goswami, and Srila Raghunath Das Goswami. These are the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan. And Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is saying that all of them are his Shiksha Gurus. Echaya Guru Shiksha Guru Ye Amar Tan Sabara Pada Padme Koti Namaskar. These 6 are my instructing spiritual masters, and therefore I offer millions of respectful obeisances unto their lotus feet. By accepting the 6 Goswamis as his instructing spiritual masters, the author specifically makes it clear that one should not be recognized as a Gaudiya Vaishnav if he is not obedient to them. So the 6 Goswamis are our instructing spiritual master. We are coming in the line of Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. Gaudiya Sampradaya means the ones who are followers of Lord Chaitanya. If somebody says he's a follower of Lord Chaitanya, he should be following the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan, because they are the ones who are teaching us. We are reading their literature. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu is written by Rupa Goswami about how to engage in devotional service. Then Sanatan Goswami wrote books that how to be a devotee, what are the do's and don'ts. So we should, if one is calling themselves a Gaudiya Vaishnav, then they should be following the instruction of the 6 Goswamis, because they are this class of Sahijyas who call themselves followers of Lord Chaitanya, but they do not follow the teachings of the 6 Goswamis. And by doing that, they create, they are not only creating havoc in their lives, but also in the lives of their followers by misguiding them. Bhagavanera Bhaktayata Shrivas Pradhan Tan Sabhara Pada Padme Sahasra Pranam. There are innumerable devotees of the Lord, of whom Srivas Thakur is the foremost. I offer my respectful obeisances thousands of times unto their lotus feet. So here Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, he is so humble that he's saying he's offering obeisances unto the lotus feet of all the devotees of the Lord. And Srivas Thakur, he is Narad Muni, so he's a devotee, he's a jiva. He's one of the members of the Panchatattva, and that's why his name is mentioned here. Okay. So, text Advaita Acharya Prabhura Amsha Avatar Tanrapada Padme Koti Pranati Amar. Advaita Acharya is the Lord's partial incarnation, and therefore I offer my obeisances millions of times at his lotus feet. Advaita Acharya, he is an expansion of Mahavishnu. Mahavishnu is an expansion of Krishna. And so Advaita Acharya is a partial incarnation of Krishna. Mahavishnu is the Vishnu from whose body all the universes are being created. So that means it's Advaita Acharya, who is Mahavishnu, from whose body he's the creator of all the universes. And here Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is offering his obeisances millions of times at his lotus feet. Nityananda Raya Prabhura Swarup Prakash Tanra Pada Padma Vando Yanra Munidas. Sri Nityananda Ram is the plenary manifestation of the Lord, and I have been initiated by him. I therefore offer my respectful obeisances unto his lotus feet. So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, he got Diksha from Lord Nityananda. That's why he's saying, I've been initiated by him. So he has many, many instructing spiritual masters, many, many Shiksha Gurus, but his Diksha Guru is Nityananda Prabhu. And he's saying he's a plenary manifestation of the Lord, because Lord Nityananda is Lord Balaram himself, the first expansion for Krishna, of Krishna.
So Krishnadas Kaviraj is initiated by Lord Nityananda, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Text 41. Gadadhar Panditadi Prabhura Nija Shakti Tan Sabar Charane Mora Sahasra Pranati. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the internal potencies of the Lord, of whom Sri Gadadhar Prabhu is the foremost. So the internal potencies of the Lord is Rani, she's the chief. She's the pleasure-giving potency of Krishna. And Sri Gadadhar Pandit is an expansion of Gadadhar, of Srimati Radharani. Because Radharani also wanted to come and see the pastimes of Krishna. So she's always with him. So she came as Gadadhar Pandit. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Swayam Bhagavan Tanhar Padara Vande Ananta Pranam. Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the personality of Godhead himself, and therefore I offer innumerable prostrations at his lotus feet. Savarane Prabhu Kariya Namaskar, E Chayate Hoyaiche, Kariye Vichar. Having offered obeisances unto the Lord and all his associates, I shall now try to explain these 6 diversities in one. There are many unalloyed devotees of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, all of whom are considered associates surrounding the Lord. Krishna should be worshipped with his devotees. The diverse principles are therefore the eternal paraphernalia through which the absolute truth can be approached. So Krishna is not alone. Whenever you see paintings of Krishna just alone, that's very a Mayavad conception. You know, if you see a painting of Krishna by devotees, he's always surrounded. He'll be either with his flute, with the cows, the deer, with the gopis, with the cowherd boys, with his parents. He's never alone. Krishna is never alone. Everyone, he has so many energies and he's always with them. He's with his devotees, always. Yadyapi Amar Guru Chaitanya Radas Tathapi Jani Ami Tanhar Prakash. Although I know that my spiritual master is a servitor of Sri Chaitanya, I know him also as a plenary manifestation of the Lord. So here he's talking about Nityananda, Lord Nityananda. Every living entity is essentially a servant of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and the spiritual master is also his servant. Still, the spiritual master is a direct manifestation of the Lord. With this conviction, a disciple can advance in Krishna consciousness. The spiritual master is non-different from Krishna because he's a manifestation of Krishna. So how do we accept, how do we understand this? Here in the case, it is Lord Nityananda. So it's very easy to understand because Lord Nityananda is Balaramji. Balaramji is an expansion of Krishna. But how do we understand that here if we accept a spiritual master in the Parampara system, a bona fide, a true spiritual master, how do we accept that he's a representative of Krishna? He's a manifestation of Krishna. Krishna is God himself. So the example is given that when right now, for example, we are in Taiwan, and so here in Taiwan, we have an Indian embassy, and in that Indian embassy, we have the Indian ambassador, and he is given the full empowerment by the President of India. So if we need anything that is needed from the President of India, we can approach to the ambassador here in Taiwan, and he can grant us the visa to go to India. He can grant us a passport, because he's been authorized, he's been empowered. That's why he's a representative. So similarly, the spiritual master who's coming in the disciplic succession is empowered by Krishna. He's working on behalf of Krishna. And that's why he's called a representative of Krishna. Is that okay? It's an important point to understand. He's not
Yes.
Krishna himself. He's not Krishna. The spiritual master never says, I'm Krishna. He always says, I'm a servant of the servant of the servant of the servant of Krishna. But he's a representative of Krishna because he's doing the work of Krishna. He's taking us back home. Lord Nityananda, who is Balaram himself, is first direct manifestation or expansion of Krishna, is the original spiritual master. He helps Lord Krishna in his pastimes, and he is a servant of the Lord. So Lord Balaram, he is God. There's no difference between Krishna and Balaram. Balaram also, because he's the first expansion of Krishna, there's no difference. But the difference is in the mood. Krishna's mood is of the supreme enjoyer, and Balaramji's mood is of the supreme servant, eternal servant. He wants to serve Krishna more and more, and he teaches us how to serve Krishna. And so the spiritual master is a representative of Balaramji, because the spiritual master teaches us how to serve Krishna, how to please Krishna. Every living entity is eternally a servant of Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Therefore, the spiritual master cannot be other than a servant of Lord Chaitanya. The spiritual master's eternal occupation is to expand the service of the Lord by training disciples in a service attitude. So if the Guru says, I am Krishna's, worship me, no, that's not true. A true Guru will always say, I'm a servant of the servant of the servant of the servant of Krishna. And this is the way, and he will say, you are also a servant of Krishna. And follow me as I'm serving Krishna. You also follow in serving Krishna. And this is the way you can go back home, back to Godhead. A spiritual master never poses as the Supreme Lord himself. He's considered a representative of the Lord. The revealed scriptures prohibit one's pretending to be God. But a bona fide spiritual master is a most faithful and confidential servant of the Lord, and therefore deserves as much respect as Krishna. Because the Guru is doing Krishna's work, so he deserves the respect. We should give all respect to him. He's giving us the highest knowledge. He's showing us how to please Krishna. He's taking us back to Krishna. So we owe everything to him. Yeah, is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. So we'll stop here for today.
Okay.
Okay. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai, Shla Prabhupada ki jai, Gaura Hari Hari Bol.
Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna.